Most people hear the words U.S. Special Operations and their mind goes straight to the same names: Navy SEALs, Delta Force, Army Rangers, Green Berets. But those names are only the surface. Behind them is a much larger world, a system built for missions that ordinary forces are not designed to handle. Some units are built to strike fast, before the enemy has time to react. Some are trained to live among foreign forces, build trust, and turn small groups into fighting armies. Some fly through darkness and bad weather to put operators exactly where they need to be. Some control aircraft, airstrikes, and landing zones from the ground. Some go in to rescue the wounded, even when the mission is already falling apart. And some operate so quietly that the public may only ever know fragments of what they really do. This is why asking which unit is the best misses the point. U.S. Special Operations was never built around one perfect unit. It was built around different problems: a hostage rescue, a raid, a downed pilot, a foreign partner force, a target at sea, a battlefield that needs air power, a mission too sensitive for the headlines. Every unit exists because one kind of problem demanded one kind of answer. So this video is not a ranking, it is a map. Here are the major U.S. Special Operations units explained: who they are, what they do, and why each one exists. The United States Special Operations Command, or SOCOM. At the center of it all is the United States Special Operations Command, better known as SOCOM. SOCOM is not one single unit. It is the command that oversees America's special operations forces across the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps. Under SOCOM, you have Army Special Operations, Naval Special Warfare, Air Force Special Operations, Marine Raiders, and Joint Special Operations Command. Its mission covers direct action, counterterrorism, hostage rescue, special reconnaissance, unconventional warfare, foreign internal defense, civil affairs, psychological operations, and more. In simple terms, SOCOM is the system that brings all of America's special operations tools together. Green Berets. The Green Berets are officially known as U.S. Army Special Forces, and they are often misunderstood. They are not just commandos who kick down doors. Their real strength is unconventional warfare. Green Berets work in small teams called Operational Detachment Alphas, or ODAs. These teams can operate in foreign countries, work with local forces, understand culture and language, and build partner units from the ground up. If the mission is to train, advise, organize, or fight alongside local forces, the Green Berets are one of America's most important tools. Their job is not only to fight, their job is to make others capable of fighting. 75th Ranger Regiment. The 75th Ranger Regiment is the U.S. Army's premier direct-action raid force. If Green Berets are built for the long game, Rangers are built for speed. They specialize in raids, airfield seizures, airborne assaults, capturing or killing high-value targets, and striking important objectives with extreme tempo. Rangers are sent when the target is clear, the timeline is short, and the mission needs disciplined violence of action. They are fast, they are aggressive, they are precise. If a mission needs to be done quickly and forcefully, Rangers are one of the first units people think of. 161st SOAR, or Night Stalkers. The 161st Special Operations Aviation Regiment is better known as the Night Stalkers. They are the pilots and air crews who fly special operations forces into some of the most dangerous places on Earth. They use specially modified helicopters, including Blackhawks, Chinooks, and Little Birds. Most people focus on the operators jumping out of the aircraft, but before any raid begins, someone has to get those operators to the target. At night, low to the ground, under pressure, with extreme precision. That is the world of the Night Stalkers. If they fail, the mission may never even start. Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations Teams. Army Civil Affairs works in the human terrain of conflict. Their focus is not just the enemy, their focus is the civilian environment around the mission. They study local governments, communities, infrastructure, economics, public needs, and the power structures that shape a region. In modern warfare, controlling land is not enough. You also need to understand the people who live there. Civil affairs helps commanders understand the civilian side of the battlefield, reduce instability, and work with local populations. Then there are psychological operations, often called PSYOPs. PSYOPs works in the battlefield of perception. Their mission is influence. They analyze audiences, understand propaganda, build messages, counter enemy narratives, and influence behavior. Wars are not fought only with weapons, they are also fought with trust, fear, identity, belief, and narrative. Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs are the most famous American special operations unit in the world. SEAL stands for Sea, Air, and Land. That tells you their basic identity. They're trained to operate from the ocean, from the air, and on the ground. SEALs specialize in maritime special operations, direct action, special reconnaissance, and missions in difficult environments where access is limited. They're famous for brutal training and high-risk operations, but their role is broader than the public image. They're not just the guys from the movies. They are a maritime special operations force designed to reach places most units cannot easily reach. SDV Teams and SWCC. SDV stands for SEAL Delivery Vehicle. SDV Teams are one of the more specialized parts of naval special warfare. Their role is underwater infiltration. They use submersible vehicles to move SEAL operators quietly through the water toward a target area. If regular SEAL operations are already difficult, SDV missions add another layer: darkness, cold water, navigation, limited space, and silence. These teams are not built for publicity, they are built for stealth. Then there is SWCC, Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewmen. They are the boat specialists of naval special warfare. Their job is to operate high-speed combat craft in oceans, rivers, and coastal environments. SWCC are not just boat drivers. They are combat operators who make maritime missions possible. If SEALs are the team going to the target, SWCC may be the team that gets them close enough to begin. DEVGRU, or SEAL Team 6. DEVGRU is publicly known as SEAL Team 6. It is one of the most famous and most secretive special mission units in the United States. Many details about DEVGRU are not publicly confirmed, so it is important not to treat rumors as facts. What can be said publicly is that DEVGRU is commonly associated with high-level counterterrorism, hostage rescue, and sensitive national missions within the JSOC environment. It is not simply regular SEALs with a cooler name. It is a highly selective unit built for missions where the stakes are extremely high. AFSOC. AFSOC stands for Air Force Special Operations Command. It brings specialized air power into the special operations world. AFSOC provides special operations aviation, strike capability, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, mobility, and support for teams on the ground. Where other units focus on land or sea, AFSOC connects the mission to the sky. Special operations often depends on aircraft, airfields, air control, rescue, and precision support. That is where AFSOC becomes essential. Combat controllers. Combat controllers are part of Air Force Special Tactics. They are trained to enter dangerous or denied areas and control the airspace from the ground. They can establish assault zones, coordinate aircraft, manage air traffic, and help bring air power into the fight. A combat controller can turn a rough piece of terrain into a working landing zone. They are the connection between the ground team and the aircraft overhead. In a chaotic operation, that connection can decide whether the mission succeeds or fails. Pararescue, or PJs. Pararescue operators, or PJs, have one of the most emotionally powerful missions in special operations. They rescue. Their job is to recover injured personnel, downed pilots, isolated troops, and people trapped in dangerous places. While many units are known for destroying targets, PJs are known for bringing people home. Their mission can be just as dangerous as a raid, because they often go in when something has already gone wrong. In the special operations world, PJs represent a simple promise. If you are lost, wounded, or trapped, someone is coming for you. Special Reconnaissance and TACP. Special Reconnaissance is another Air Force special warfare capability. Their job is to collect critical information in difficult, dangerous, or denied environments. They observe terrain, weather, movement, and conditions that can shape an operation. Before a mission happens, commanders need information. Can aircraft land there? What is the environment like? What threats are nearby? What conditions could change the plan? Special Reconnaissance helps answer those questions. Then there is TACP, which stands for Tactical Air Control Party. Their role is to connect ground forces with airpower. They help coordinate close air support and make sure aircraft can support troops on the ground effectively. TACP operators are the bridge between soldiers on the ground and pilots in the sky. SOST. SOST stands for Special Operations Surgical Team. These are small, highly mobile medical teams that can bring advanced surgical care closer to the crisis. In special operations, distance can kill. If someone is badly wounded, every minute matters. SOST helps shorten the gap between injury and life-saving treatment. They are not the unit people usually talk about first, but when things go wrong, they can become the most important people in the mission. MARSOC, or Marine Raiders. MARSOC is Marine Forces Special Operations Command. Its operators are known as Marine Raiders. Marine Raiders bring the Marine Corps mindset into the special operations world. Expeditionary, adaptable, and ready to operate in difficult environments. They conduct missions such as direct action, special reconnaissance, foreign internal defense, and partner force operations. If regular Marines are known for projecting power from sea to land, Marine Raiders are the smaller, more specialized version of that idea. They are built to operate quietly, flexibly, and far from comfort. JSOC. JSOC stands for Joint Special Operations Command. It is not a regular unit in the public sense. It is a command that prepares and directs forces for some of the most sensitive and difficult missions involving threats to the United States and its interests. The public often connects JSOC with units like Delta Force, DEVGRU, and the 24th Special Tactics Squadron. But many details are classified or not officially discussed. The safest way to understand JSOC is this. When a mission is extremely sensitive, extremely difficult, and cannot afford failure, JSOC is often part of the picture. Delta Force, or CAG. Delta Force, also known publicly as CAG or the Unit, is one of the most secretive special mission units in the United States. Official details are limited, but in public reporting and interviews, Delta is often associated with counterterrorism, hostage rescue, direct action, and high-risk national missions. Delta is not famous because it seeks attention. It is famous because people know very little about it. Its culture is often described as quiet, selective, and intensely professional. In the world of U.S. Special Operations, Delta represents the missions that are too sensitive for normal visibility. 24th Special Tactics Squadron. The 24th Special Tactics Squadron is often discussed in connection with JSOC. It is an Air Force Special Tactics unit that supports some of the most sensitive Joint Special Operations missions. Its operators can include capabilities such as combat control, pararescue, tactical air control, and special reconnaissance support. The key point is this. Even the most elite ground force still needs air access, rescue, communications, and battlefield control. The 24th STS helps bring those Air Force capabilities into the most demanding missions. So when people ask which U.S. Special Operations unit is the most elite, they're asking the wrong question. The better question is, what mission needs to be solved? If the mission requires building local forces, Green Berets may be the answer. If the mission requires a fast raid, Rangers may be the answer. If the mission begins from the sea, SEALs, Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewmen, or SDV Teams may be involved. If the mission needs aircraft in impossible conditions, the Night Stalkers may be essential. If someone needs to be rescued, PJs may be the most important people in the fight. And if the mission needs air power controlled from the ground, combat controllers and TACP operators matter. If the mission is extremely sensitive, JSOC may bring together the right people for the job. If you learned something from this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Shadow Regiment for more breakdowns of the world's most elite military units. because the most important missions are often the ones the world never fully sees.